We hear a lot about these massive global goals, like getting to net zero. It sounds huge, almost impossible. But what if one specific piece of technology was a key that could unlock the whole thing? Well, today we're talking about that massive global push, and we're going to look at a special kind of battery that could make it all possible. And really, it all boils down to this one fundamental question. We're building this amazing new energy system, right? One that's powered by the sun and the wind. But what happens when the sun goes down or the wind just stops blowing? How do you keep the lights on for everyone 24/7? That's the giant puzzle we need to solve. So to really wrap our heads around this, we're going to bring together two different perspectives. First, we've got the big picture, the grand strategy, from the International Energy Agency's huge net zero by 2050 roadmap. And second, we're looking at a real-world signal from the market, a report on the explosive growth of a technology called the flow battery. Okay, so let's start with the goal itself. The International Energy Agency, or the IEA, has laid out this incredibly ambitious plan to totally transform our global energy system. And this isn't just some vague idea, it's a super detailed, step-by-step roadmap to actually get us to net zero. And they are not pulling any punches here. The IEA calls it a huge challenge. The whole point of their report is to move this idea of net zero from a narrow possibility to a practical reality. That just gives you a sense of the incredible scale of what we're talking about. So what does that look like in, dollar terms? A jaw-dropping $5 trillion every single year in energy investment by 2030. That's more than double what we invest today. But here's the wild part. The IEA doesn't just see this as a cost. They actually project that all this spending will boost global GDP. And listen, this isn't some far-off dream for 100 years from now. The plan has real, concrete deadlines that are coming up fast. I mean, look at this timeline. Global bans on new fossil fuel boilers starting in 2025, phasing out coal in advanced economies by 2030, and ending the sale of new gas-powered cars by 2035. These are the steps we need to take to hit that 2050 goal. Okay, so we've got the goal, we've got the timeline. But to make any of this work, we have to face the single greatest challenge of this whole renewable energy transition. You see, the entire net zero plan hinges on this picture right here, a world powered mostly by clean, renewable energy. The IEA is crystal clear. Solar and wind are the engines of this whole transformation. But these engines have an Achilles heel. And the catch comes down to one simple word: intermittency. It's pretty straightforward, right? Solar panels don't work at night. Wind turbines don't spin when the air is still. And you simply cannot run a modern, global energy grid on unpredictable power. The IEA calls this the flexibility problem, and they've got a whole toolkit of solutions. We're talking about smarter grids, programs to manage when we use power, flexible power plants. But a central piece of this puzzle, as you can see, is a massive, massive increase in battery storage. Which brings us right back to our main question, just framed a little differently. How do you literally bottle sunshine? How do you save wind power for a totally calm day? Well, you need a battery, but not the one in your phone. You need something built for the entire electric grid. And this brings us to the specific technology at the very heart of our explainer today. It's a special type of battery that's quickly becoming a critical piece of this whole energy puzzle. It's called a flow battery. Now, unlike the lithium-ion batteries in our phones and laptops, which store energy in solid parts, flow batteries store their energy in liquid held in these huge external tanks. And that design makes them perfect for these huge grid-scale jobs where you need to store massive amounts of energy for a long time and then release it reliably. So you might be thinking, is this just some cool idea stuck in a lab somewhere? Absolutely not. The market is already responding in a huge way. This number, 15.41%, that's the predicted compound annual growth rate for these batteries. This technology isn't just emerging, it's exploding. And to put that growth into perspective, it means the flow battery market is on a path to literally double in size by 2030. That's an incredible pace, and it shows you that utilities and big industries are already betting big on this technology to solve their storage problems. Okay, let's pull the lens back out. We've seen this massive global goal, and we've drilled down into a specific technology that's growing like crazy. Now, let's connect the dots. So here's the crucial point. This boom in the flow battery market isn't just a story about a cool piece of hardware. It is tangible, economic proof that the energy transition the IEA is mapping out isn't just a plan on paper. The market is moving. The investments are being made. It's happening now.
So let's bring it all together. The big takeaway is that getting to net zero by 2050 means a total transformation of our energy system. That whole plan hinges on renewables, which have that intermittency problem. To solve it, energy storage with tech like flow batteries is absolutely essential. And maybe most importantly, the booming market for those batteries is a powerful signal that this whole shift has real economic momentum right now.
Ultimately, flow batteries are just one piece, a really important piece for sure, but still just one piece of a much, much larger energy puzzle. Solving storage is a huge step, but the transition to net zero is incredibly complex. And it leaves us with a critical question. What other big pieces need to fall into place to make this future a reality?